Another one for Tommy boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe.
Welcome back to the Third Leg Podcast. This episode we have NFL Week 6 recap with Week 7 preview. As always, got Dr. Dunn and Dan with me. How you doing? How you been, fellas?
Not too bad. How you guys doing?
You know, it was a rough weekend, so feel hungover. Not really, but emotionally hungover for sure.
Could be better.
The All Michigan parlay was a full fade, boys.
Full fade. It happens.
Yeah,
Forget
I don't
about
wanna
it.
see- Yeah, don't put another one of those together, Jimmy. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
We're
just gonna have to
tired.
come up with a full Michigan fade parlay, and that way we all win, and we can be
If you
happy.
do
I
those
like that.
again, keep it a secret.
Right.
Well, the first or the one we're going to talk about with the NFL, we had a couple college ones on there. The Lions. What are your take? What's your takes from last night's game?
You know, I don't think the score shows how big of or if the game was closer than what the score shows, in my opinion. Like they talked about, if Amon Ra catches that fourth down ball, I think it's a totally different ball game, and I think you can count on one hand how many times he drops that ball in his career so far. So we didn't pressure the quarterback like we need to, and I think that's something that we got to get better at. But also, we're really banged up in the secondary, like really banged up in the secondary. So I don't know. I think we played well, just not well enough to win. We had a couple things not go our ways, and they had 0 penalties. When you play a perfect game, it's tough to beat.
0 penalties is wild in an NFL game.
yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, I'm gonna kind of disagree with you, Jimmy. I think Lions played bad. I didn't like anything about that game, mostly defense. Offense, I think we were doing all right. That drop was one. I think there was a couple times where it looked like we were kind of stagnant. Why were we calling, some of these plays when we were, it didn't seem like the move, especially when we were third and long, second and long. We're like dumping the ball down, not getting anywhere. That's what they're expecting. They're playing, I think most of the game they were playing 3 linebackers, so they're not getting deep. They're expecting shorter passes, middle of the field, and that's our game plan every week. So, I'm not surprised they played that. I'm just surprised by the play calling against that. We kind of seemed counterintuitive to what they were doing. Defensively, I mean, yeah, we're unhealthy, but at the same time, the defense looks stagnant. I felt like a lot of the time our corners that we're in were trying to contain rather than attack the ball carrier. There's a lot of time watching like feet planted. They're not really going for a tackle. The guy's already 10 yards down the field. And they're trying to like push him back to the middle of the field. There's nobody fucking there. Like, it's your job now to make the tackle. You can't just fucking be waiting around for that. So I don't know. That's kind of how I felt, but I know we're 6, 7 cornerbacks deep now. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it's super light, and then we can't help too much over the top when Kirby's hurt as well. And he's playing through an injury, so that just tells you where we're at. If we had another person that we would trust in there, we would put him in there and not risk Kirby. But at the state of the game, it's like you're going to have to play if you can go.
Yeah, and I mean, what you see from the very beginning of the game, like the whole first half, I felt like we were just running 4-3. It didn't matter what offensive package they came out with. We were running all 3 linebackers out there and playing zone. And if you give Pat Mahomes time with the speedsters that he has and the smartness of Travis Kelce, how much experience he has in this game and the camaraderie they have with Pat Mahomes, they're going to pick you apart. And it was tough to get stops. We did make a couple stops, but we just didn't pressure the quarterback like we need to. And I think that's been the story of the Lions the past couple seasons is who other than Aiden Hutchinson is going to get to the quarterback. They're going to chip. They're going to double. He's going to get some one-on-one opportunities, but if no one else is there to help him, we're fucked.
Yeah, the strategy for Lamar, get pressure and have a spy. But you have to get pressure in order for that spy to move or do anything, or he's going to sit in the pocket. You're wasting a defender spying, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not ever. He's going to find the holes, especially with, 1, the coaching staff, and 2, the experience in the tight end roles. where they have 10 plus catches between 2 and a random third tight end. Like, if the middle of the field's open and we don't adjust, they will pick us apart all game, like you're just seeing. It felt like we won the game every time we got off the field on defense.
Oh, 100%.
It didn't feel like we would ever get off the field. It looked extremely easy for Kansas City. One, they looked good. Two, we looked bad. Combining that, they looked amazing. So hopefully we didn't kickstart Kansas City into a 5-6 game win streak or anything. But at the end of the day, we have to get healthy because we looked atrocious on the back end. And especially like you were talking about, our defensive line is healthy. We have to get pressure to help the back end out. That's how it works. So if you don't have it, then you're putting all the pressure and the extra time on these DBs that shouldn't even be in the game. These are special teams guys that are getting quality, 10, 15 reps in some of these packages we're putting out. That's another reason we're running 4-3 because we're limited in packages overall. So
Right.
we have like one base and then the defensive coordinator can't do anything. There's no bodies. So we're kind of, hands behind our back, and having Kansas City and that staff be able to pick it apart for 4 quarters it's tough.
Yeah, and I think we kind of put the offense in a situation, and I hope we don't see it going forward, but like they have to score every possession, which
Yeah, it was score 40 plus or lose. Like you could tell after the first quarter, it just felt that way.
Yeah. So I'm just afraid, I don't know what's wrong with our corners. I know a lot of them are banged up. Seems like kind of serious, not season ending, but long enough, hurt enough where they're going to be out for weeks at a time. So it's just like we can't have the offense needing to score every single drive.
The flag on the first drive, Branch giving Juju a bloody nose, 0 penalties. The game kind of had a little bit of everything.
Most definitely. I think Vegas made the call, truthfully. Like, there was some people with a big money on Jared Goff to score first, and he was
I
plus
seen some
9,000, I
crazy
think.
slips after that, bro.
I don't
And
understand.
they're saying that the league didn't call it down for them to like overturn it. And I'm like, bullshit. Right. They went 90 seconds before they decided, oh, we're gonna throw the penalty in.
Yeah, that's what Mike V was saying. He was like, there was no flag on the play. So is the penalty reviewable? No. So why did 90 seconds go by and then magically we are going to have a bonfire and roast marshmallows? We're going to talk this through. Yeah. I'll tell you why, because New York buzzed down. But they claim they didn't. It's not like they have to provide proof. They can just provide the statement,
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself a degenerate. I'm over here betting on pitches live in a game, like can't get much worse. But who's putting money on Jared Goff first touchdown? Like that's
I don't know, but if you did, you had a rough day.
Yeah, you had a terrible day. But the fact you did it in the first place.
You cheered. There was no flag. It didn't pop up on the screen. And then you listen a little harder and you see the fucking 3 refs going around and then drop a flag.
Yep.
All you can think about is the fucking Chiefs and the refs. Like, that did not help their case whatsoever.
No.
Prime time. Everybody was tweeting about it.
And then going back to the Juju bloody nose, what do you guys think about what happened, and then how I guess Dan Campbell handled it, and then what Brian Branch said after?
What did Campbell say?
He just basically said, like, I love Brian Branch, but there's no place for that with this team, and it won't be tolerated. So I apologize for it happening. I think as a head coach, that's what you kind of have to say, right? Like,
oh yeah,
with him being a stand-up dude, you can't say, well, this is what led up to it. Maybe you guys should throw a flag to prevent it from happening. No, let's just own it. We'll handle it in the house and call it good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brian Branch letting his frustrations out shouldn't have happened, but I think he's echoing the frustrations of being one of the best players on our defense, playing his heart out. And then, in between the plays, the Chiefs are known for it. They're always doing dumb shit in between the plays. Everybody hates that shit. Mahomes baits people to hit him, gets flags, does all this dumb shit. Him, Travis Kelce, Juju, doesn't matter who it is on their team. They're all just baiting. They're just rage baiting guys out there. And I think people are just sick of it. Like, he's sick of it. Brian Branch is sick of it, obviously. But I think frustration boiled over. He was finally over it and tried to take care of it himself.
Yeah. I don't think it'll help his appeal that he said, I'm not apologizing for it. I'm not sorry. But you never know.
That's my dog. He said,
Right.
fuck that. Standing
Right.
on business, bro. He said, nah, give me the fine. Give me whatever.
Because, I mean, you watch it, Pat Mahomes taunts him directly in the end zone. And then Juju
Juju
Smith-Schuster.
speared him in the back, not even by the play.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
The refs put their blinders on. 0 flags. Not a
if you
single
throw a
hold,
flag, just
hands
try
to
and
the
prevent
face,
that.
nothing.
Right.
I can't.
Exactly.
That's just
Yeah.
crazy. That's
And
Ohio
wasn't there a
State
whole
shit,
thing?
bro.
There's a whole thing at the beginning of the season where refs are cracking down on taunting, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
in that game specifically, you see it all the time.
Right.
Just depends.
Yeah.
Depends who it is.
Who are you? We stand to lose a lot of money if he's not playing. So
They got that Altuve buzz in the shirt. They get a
Right.
buzz and throw the flag. Nobody called down. It was a buzz. Liability.
For sure. For sure.
How about the rest of the NFL? Anything surprising? Anything stand out?
I'm not really surprised, but I've been telling you guys that the Eagles suck. So
Fuck.
you know, I'm just diving in right now. You know, I went Jets
let 'em eat.
plus 7.5 last week. Give me the creatine Caucasians all day, bro.
Giants, you mean,
The
bro?
Giants.
Giants. What did I say?
Come
Jets?
on now, Jets.
Yeah.
Giants. Yeah, Giants, bro. You know, give me Jackson Dart, Scatterbo. Dudes are nuts. Probably gonna have CTE by the time they're 26, but you know, gotta enjoy it while you can.
Scat had 98 yards, 3 tutties. Bark had 58 yards, no tutties. He did have
30 yards
4
on the first 2
consecutive.
plays.
He had 4 consecutive tush pushies though.
That's true.
That on the
is
stat
true.
sheet.
That was ugly to watch for sure.
Yeah, everybody was pissed about that, except Eagles fans. I say deal with it, pussy.
They're just
That's how they all. Yeah, that's how they all sound. Like, dude, shut up. We're not fucking playing rugby. Stop.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't win the game, so you know your offense kind of sucks. You've got more punt yards than offense. That's not good.
Their defense was trash. Let's just be real. I know the Giants have been, better in the last 3 weeks, 2 out of 3, but when they're hot, they look extremely good and like they can compete with anyone if their defense shows up. So seeing them do it versus 2 good teams, they did it against the Chargers, they did it against the Eagles. So the combo is deadly.
And they did it without their best wide receiver too. Maybe best offensive player, period. So
Sure.
They could be better.
I love Cam Scatterbo. That kid is just crazy. There's a video of him when he was at Arizona State of like before halftime running into a brick wall.
I seen that,
helmet,
dude.
and I'm like, God.
Yeah, dude.
The equipment managers are like, God damn it, dude. We gotta paint his fucking helmet every week, dude. Didn't even get in yet, and it's just a fucking hole.
Right.
I saw something they were like analyzing. They're like, he does this so that way you can't tell if he has a concussion or it's just like normal him. And you're like,
the trainers can't ask him. It's just normal.
yeah.
So when he does get banged up, he just does it anyways.
He
just always looks cross-eyed at him. So getting your ID while you're drunk. So when you're drunk, you look normal.
Did you see? I can't. Who's there? DeBoll try to pull Dart out of the tent while he was getting concussion tested.
Yeah. I need to know.
Let's
I gotta take this
go.
fucking time out because I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Get out of my way, trainer.
What's your
know who
name?
that
All right,
is?
he's good.
We also had
go ahead.
Rico's revenge against the Cowboys.
Oh my God.
Tore it up for the Panthers. 239 scrimmage yards. Second week in a row, he had over 200 yards. I think he's the first person since like Jamal Charles, who was undrafted.
Oh, what a throwback.
Something like that, yeah. To go back to
back. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't expect him to do it again. You would have thought that was the one-hit wonder, but for him to do it against his former team, and basically Marshawn Lynch it, hold my balls, it's crazy. I'm pissed I didn't pick him up in fantasy. That's pretty much all I can say. Because he would have saved my ass.
I
Sure.
picked
I
him up.
was I think Dan was on money line, right? Panthers.
Yeah, I was
week?
on Panthers money line.
I was on +2.5. It was a good weekend for NFL. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think Panthers. I see a lot of their games because it's on down here. Every game's on down here, but I think they're really turning around after kind of a rough start. But I think there might be a team here midway through the season, towards the end of the season. But I don't think they're going to be able to compete with the Bucks in their division. But we'll see.
Get the ball rolling this year. You can't get it all in 1 year. But
For sure.
get the ball rolling. Get a couple additions in the offseason for Bryce and bolster the defense. Actually be able to compete in that shit division.
Yeah, I think. They had Tedero scored 2 touchdowns, first 2 touchdowns of the year. I think they got a good start there on their wide receiver core. Tight ends are pretty decent too, but I think they're, like you said, their defense, they got to shore that up. Stop letting up 30 points a game.
Is Chuba just not getting the rock? Is like Rico just that guy now?
Chuba was
I think
hurt,
he was
so
hurt,
it's not
yeah.
it's not even his fault. But like after
Is he
what
gonna
Rico's
be
done
now?
the past 2 weeks-
Yeah.
After what he's done the past 2 weeks, I think you got to let him ride the pine at least for another week, see how it goes, see if Rico can stay consistent. Panthers also got some solid talent past that. We have Etienne, the little Etienne.
Little Etienne.
Little Etienne, yeah. Little Etienne,
Baby
and then
Etienne.
I think Jonathan Brooks from Texas.
Mhm.
He was
Yep.
Texas. So there's some solid
Some
running
depth.
backs that are back there. So
Yeah, I think if they benched Otto, that they would, flip that stadium upside down.
yeah, I don't think that's
Dude
happening
puts
next week.
up 500 yards damn near in 2 weeks.
You're out.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Give him the old Baker treatment. Start having him rush DN style. Speaking of Baker, Bucks 5-1, beat the Niners. Mac Jones throws 2 picks. Maybe he's not so serviceable.
Yeah, maybe we need to pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah.
Mac Jones are pretty, but no, Baker looked good, right? Like Emeka Buka unfortunately got hurt for him, so that stinks. I don't think I think versus us this week they'll be without Emeka, Godwin, Evans, and Bucky Irving. So they're gonna have to have some people step up, but they did have the rookie receiver, Tez Johnson or something like that.
Mhm.
Thought he was getting MVP chance when he
Yeah,
caught
that was funny.
touchdown.
Yeah. He's like, I've caught 2 balls all season. What?
Fucking rookies, bro. He thought he had it like that.
They love me down here.
Bears beat the Commanders.
Good God, what an ugly ass game last night.
That game was disgusting.
Rainy. The Commanders have the ball, have the game in lock. It's over. All you got to do is go down, kick a field goal. That forces the Bears to have to score a touchdown in the rain when they're going to pass, and then they fumble. Like, what the hell are you doing? Come on.
That was disgusting. Swift looked like the best player on the field. I'll give him that. 108 yards rushing, 67 and a tutty receiving. In the rain, running back's going to get the rock a lot, but being able to break one for that 80 or 75 yard, somebody had to do that in the game to get quick points because it was tough watching them try to drive down the field and punt in that rain. Yeah.
What was the kicker's name? Jake Moody for Michigan coming
What was
through
the
for the
kicker's
Bears.
name?
I couldn't think of it off the top of my
That's
head. But
crazy.
He got cut
That's messed
earlier
up,
this
Dunny.
season, and now he's back. He's with the Bears. Got the dub for him.
Got
The other
3
Monday
field
night
goals
game
that
was a
game.
little excited too. Yeah.
Yeah, the Falcons,
3 field
Bills.
goals.
Those are looking bad, man.
Yeah.
42 fantasy points, I think, is what he had. Bijan.
Oh yeah, I had a 4% chance to win, and I looked, and I had a 99% chance to win. What the fuck, Bijan? Yeah, it was like that 75-yard touchdown run or something. I'm like, dude, he does it. He just does it every week.
Coming through.
I was playing Bijan. I had James
Oh
Cook.
shit.
So
Oh shit!
I was down by 4 points, and I was like, James Cook's got to beat Bijan by 4 points. I think I could do it. I watched that touchdown run. And I said, nope. See you later.
Yeah,
Outta
we're
here.
going to go
Unlucky.
ahead and turn this off. That's an L for us.
GG, go next.
We talked a little bit about it. Joe Flacco's first game as a Bengal.
Couldn't get the job done.
Didn't pull it off versus the Packers. He did cover the spread though. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was kind of hating on the move. He did throw the ball a little better than Browning, but still less than 10 yards per pass. No downfield game at all.
Yeah.
Don't
29
love
of 45, 219, 2 tutties, but he didn't throw a pick where Browning was averaging like 2.5 picks a game.
Yeah.
So
took care of
giving
the
it,
ball.
yeah, I feel like they just have a better chance. I still don't think they're good enough to win X amount of games with him, but it's a better showing than with Browning.
And really, he just has to be serviceable, right? If the Bengals are 500 at the beginning of December with, 6-7 weeks left to go with Joe Cool coming back, you got a chance. You were 2-0 to start the season with him on your team, and if he's back, he's going to be slinging the rock. The receivers are going to be happy. I think it's going to be tough for him. They don't have a run game, and if you can't run the ball, it's going to make you one-dimensional. Unfortunately for old man Joe, he's going to get sacked a lot.
For sure. And
Yeah.
they had to score 30 points to win.
Right.
I think just looking at, in the AFC North, they're only 2 games behind the Steelers, but this playoff picture in the AFC is looking rough for being 2-4. You got the Patriots, Bills at 4-2, Steelers at 4-1, Colts at 5-1, Jags at 4-2, Chargers, Broncos at 4-2. Like even the Chiefs are outside right now.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's tough.
Bengals. I don't even know if 500 is going to cut it in the AFC this year. Like 500 in December. Like I think they're going to have to be, at least 1 or 2 games ahead before Joe gets back. But
not crazy to say.
We'll see. Titans fired their head coach. How do you guys feel about that?
Unlucky for Cam Ward. How many times do you have to see a rookie quarterback go through multiple coaching regimes and get blamed for the product? It's tough to see it. We're 6 games in. You got 6 NFL games in, and now he's gonna either adopt a different play style, or someone else from under is gonna keep that and then just have smaller changes. Either way, it's gonna be something new with someone else, and next year it's gonna be different. The whole system. You're gonna get a new coach. They're gonna bring their staff in. So knowing that what he's learning with this offensive scheme is temporary is pretty tough for a rookie, because you need him to be a sponge and absorb all 16 games or however many games he's playing. So it's tough to see. You don't ever want to see a top 3 quarterback go through a coaching change or, multiple, but more than likely with the coaching staff they have now, it's going to be better for him in the future. Year in and year out, you would imagine you're going to get a better coach or coaching staff than the product they're putting out this year. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee, but at the end of the day, the product they had before that is just atrocious. They cannot compete with a single team, and they could go defeated. That's how bad they are right now. There's a serious chance they could go defeated. So it's like, let's make sure we're not with the Lions on that one and have some sort of change this early. Like, it must be that bad that at 6 weeks out of a 17-week season, you say, yeah, we've seen enough.
Yeah, I just don't for me, how long should a head coach have? He didn't even get 2 full seasons. How much time?
Didn't even get 1 full season.
Well, didn't they fire him mid-year, or they hired him at the beginning of the year last year? I thought.
I think this is his first year.
Oh, I thought it was 2024.
I could be wrong though.
Either way, I mean, less than 2 seasons just seems like not enough time. Like, I mean,
Right.
think of how long the Lions actually gave Dan Campbell. His first 2 seasons were fucking dog shit. But you could see glimpses. I guess you could see glimpses of like, there is something here. People are buying in. It's just taking time. And I don't watch the Titans enough or know enough about their team. Is that something that was happening, or could you be confident that's not happening? I mean, Panthers pulled the same shit with Frank Wright a couple years ago. I think he got 11 games in before they sacked him. And it was like, you didn't even get, barely got halfway through the season. You just fucking let him go. So did you
Right.
really, you didn't even, you as ownership, you didn't even buy into what you sold the fan base. So I don't know.
I just feel like if they are going to make the change that fast, they definitely see something that everyone else doesn't see
Mm-hmm.
that isn't pointing in the right direction.
Or the whole
Maybe.
fucking locker room hates him.
Right.
Like if you lost the locker room,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you won with the start they have, honestly. But if it was like from the jump before they even started losing that he didn't have the locker room, and because of that, they have been this shit. And, obviously they don't have the players to be great, but to compete in games or have your coaching staff put the best product out, game in and game out. That's kind of what it's all about.
They did beat the Cardinals. Thank you, Cardinals.
Fucking Cardinals.
The Bills look bad against the Falcons, though. We were talking about it just a little bit ago. Like, what's going on with Josh Allen? I know we talked a lot about how Bijan went off, but the team did not look good. All three of us had this as our number one team in the league, and now they've lost two weeks in a row where they were pretty heavy favorites. So crazy.
They have to have a run game.
Yep.
They literally have to. Cook has to play well to set everything up, regardless of how elite Josh Allen is. You don't want to run him 12, 13 times as your as part of your design going into the game plan, because you don't want to do that for 16 weeks. So it has to be figured out with James Cook and up front in the line just to be able to set them up, because they don't have this X factor receiver. So it's got to be set up and schematically great, because they're not having someone that's just going to pop off and make plays other than Josh Allen or Cook. Obviously they hit for big plays. Somebody gets behind the defense, play action, whatever the case may be, but you haven't seen it, and it hasn't been as prevalent as the last few years. Big play, big hitter wise, they haven't been putting up nearly as many points. And it just looks like when you're watching them, their defense is trying to hold their own, and their offense has too many 3-and-outs or third and longs, almost unmanageable. So I just think they're struggling on those first 2 downs to make it a little easier for them on third. I also feel like teams play them in a little bit more man and press, bump and run, and try to get as much pressure as they can on the quarterback, because they don't have that X factor receiver. Obviously they have serviceable receivers. They have 2 good tight ends, but these aren't, CD Lamb or Neighbors or these type of receivers that you're going to give them 12 to 15 targets a game. Like, if you need them, they're there. So schematically, they just have to be better and figure it out up front, I feel like.
I agree. I think they're also struggling to take care of the ball.
Yeah, that's always been a Josh Allen thing.
They have, they're -1 in turnover ratio, so they're still creating some fumbles, or I guess turnovers in general. But I think right now the league lead is 9 turnovers, and they have 8. So, and when they're doing it, it's in inopportune times. Like when against the Patriots, they gave them in the ball inside the 30 twice. Like, you're gonna do that, you're giving up points.
So the Bills' wins are against teams with a combined record of 3-21.
Jesus Christ.
So what if
How
the
good are
Bills?
they?
Like what if they just aren't that good?
Losing the games they, I guess they should be losing based off the data. But
Yeah.
they're barely beating the teams that combined for
looking
3 and
back.
21.
Yeah, looking back at the games, like, you beat the Dolphins by 10, fine. You beat the Jets by 20, fine. The Saints by 12, that's closer than you would have liked to see with the Saints. The Ravens by 1, especially where they're at now. Even with Lamar being healthy, they weren't looking very good. The best game the Ravens played was against the Bills week 1. So I guess we'll see. I think they have a bye week this week. They play the Chiefs in a couple weeks. We'll see what they are when they play the Chiefs.
That's the thing, is they're going to make the playoffs. Their division is just that ass. So they're going to make it. I just don't trust them going deep into the playoffs.
For sure. And the first week, the first game, they looked like, oh shit, here we go again. And now we're in week 6 asking, where is that offense at?
Right.
So it's just something we didn't expect maybe going into the year, especially, or even after week 1. We would have thought Baltimore was going to be nice. We were going to thought Buffalo was going to be nice. Neither of those are the case.
For sure.
Well, I'm just saying, the Super Bowl logos, light blue and purple, probably not the Bills. So it's either got to be Ravens, Lions.
No Ravens. Can't be the Ravens.
Saying,
It can't be.
maybe they're going to have the sickest comeback. They're going to stretch it out, go 12-5.
Right.
I don't know.
I'll shave my fucking head if they go 12.
Clip it.
Flip it.
Bald.
Flip it.
You can call me
Check.
Gary Jr.
Or on the flip side, it would have to be, I guess it could be Panthers in the NFC, or it could be Vikings, Bills. Bills would have to turn around, though, if we're going with the color theory.
I'm not going to engage on the color theory for another couple weeks. We'll see where we're at in another couple weeks.
They're liable to change it. They will.
All right. They'll call it. Front office will call down, change it up.
Hopefully you didn't wake up and watch the Broncos and Jets. Because good fucking night. That game was terrible to watch. Unless you love defense and some field goals.
I was out on the golf course and I looked at the score. I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't wake up just for that game. I'd have been so mad.
You would have been put to sleep.
Yep.
By
Yeah,
halftime.
I was trying to watch it. I was struggling.
Yeah, I feel bad for anyone that had player props or anything that woke up excited, got their coffee, waiting for their player props to start racking up, and you get 20 points combined.
You want to know what I did? I woke up, I looked at my fantasy team, and I said, I don't like Joe Flacco throwing to Jamar Chase this week, so I'm going to sub him out. And I'm going to put it in Cortland Sutton.
Oh,
L.
up in these nuts. He only had like, what, 2 catches?
Yeah, 2 catches for like 23 yards.
Lamar had 10 and a tutty.
Yeah.
That's where I just delete my fantasy app for like a week, just out of spite. Like,
it was rough. It was a rough watch, but
Justin
Broncos
Fields had, I think, -1 or -2 net passing yards.
I think it was
Like,
-10.
What in the hell?
Yeah. The only reason they scored was there was like a long kickoff return. I think it was like 70 some yards.
Oh yeah.
And then there was a fumble in the like red zone for them.
Yeah, back-to-back drives. They get 2 field goals out of it. They are trash.
Yeah.
They need to just go. They gotta go for it every time.
This guy's big.
Sometimes we gotta tell you, old man.
It's bad. I got a trivia question for you guys before we get too far here. You guys love this one.
Here we go.
So we're 6 weeks in. Which quarterback's leading the NFL in yards per game?
Passing, rushing, what are we
Passing.
Come on, Dan. Or Dunny. He's trying to buy time.
Yeah.
I'm letting the brain cook a little bit.
Strategist.
I would guess Baker Mayfield, but it better not be Aaron Rodgers.
Passing yards for sure. Not Goff, is it? No, I don't know, Dan.
Guys were hating on him earlier. Mac Jones.
You're fisting
No
me.
way. There's no way.
Yeah.
Leads the league.
313. He's the only quarterback
Oh,
averaging over
per
300
game.
yards.
Jesus.
Yeah, per
Oh
game.
my God, I thought we were talking total.
Me too. God damn it, Dan.
I said per game.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. We thought
We're
the
idiots.
minimum was 4.
Either way,
Okay,
that's just
you thought we were going total yards.
Yeah.
All right. I'll ask you again. Which quarterback's leading the league total yards?
Baker.
Dak.
Stafford. Come on, dude.
Dude.
Damn, bro.
Even with this shit week last week, he put up like 10 fantasy points last week.
Stafford, yeah, he's almost got 1,700 yards. He's got 70 more than Dak.
Hey, I was close.
Per game basis, Mac Jones has been balling them 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
off the bandwagon. He said, "Yeah, sure, buddy, whatever you say." Go buy his jersey then.
Right. Yeah. And not his Alabama one either, because you probably have that.
Another player that balled out, Drake London at 10 catches, $158 in the tutty.
They're waiting for him to do something, like all season. The lead into the season, it was Drake May and Michael Penix Jr. are going to take the next step. The first few weeks, we haven't seen anything, and finally he's starting to ball a little bit. Good for him.
Kyle Pitts,
yeah.
Kyle Pitts, yeah. Yeah. That's a guy. That's a guy.
He went undrafted in both of my fantasy drafts this year.
I'm trying to find him.
That's
Where's he at
disrespectful,
on the
bro.
freaking...
Nobody was taking the chance. Usually there's somebody.
Yeah, 223 receiving yards.
Yeah. Got a little bump, but he ain't that guy, pal. All right, what are we looking forward to this week?
Oh, you know what I really like?
W's.
I really like Jags. Jags over the Rams. Give it to me.
Jags
Over in
over
London,
the Rams.
London game. The Jags probably have the largest overseas fan base because nobody here likes them. So
They played over there 19 times. I feel like every other game in London or somewhere over there was the Jags.
Yeah, Jags have had a lot of games over there. So,
okay.
I just think since they're so used to playing over there, they're the home team. They're gonna get it done. I guess before I get into all my plays, I'll recap last week a little bit. So we actually did all right last week, 3-1. We took the Giants plus 7.5. They obviously won, so got the W there. Panthers money line, they took that home, and then Bengals plus 14.5. They covered it too. Lions were the only losers, so can't win them all.
The Lions.
This week though, smell it. 5-0. I sniffed it. That's the sniff test. So I'm going Jags money line over the Rams, plus 130. And then I'm going to take Dolphins money line over the Browns, plus 140. I don't know why the Dolphins aren't favored. Maybe because the Browns are playing at home. They're both shitty ass teams. But I trust Tua over a rookie quarterback. As long as he doesn't get CTE mid game, we're good. Next one, I'm going Panthers minus 5.5 over the Jets, plus 180. Jets are bad.
That's an alternate spread, Dan?
That's an alt spread. I think the actual spread's minus 1.5.
Yep.
Panthers have been playing pretty well. I mean, they just beat the Cowboys. I don't remember who they beat the week before that, but Jets haven't won a game. Simple as that. They looked like ass against the Broncos. Broncos do have a much better defense than the Panthers, but Jets are bad. And then I'm going to go Colts money line, plus 105 over the Chargers. Colts have been playing well. Chargers won last week against the Dolphins, barely. I think Chargers are kind of teetering downhill, but I trust the Colts in that one. My last play, you guys are going to hate this, but Bucks money line over the Lions, plus 200.
I hate it.
Baker's been balling out. I know they're kind of banged up on offense, but he's been getting the job done. So I just think with the Lions secondary the way it is, it's not going to heal overnight. So I think Baker's just going to sling the shit out of the ball. And if our offense doesn't score every possession, it's not going to happen.
It's a win-win. You put it in the books, though. You either get money or you get
Or the
happiness.
Lions win, you're right? Yeah.
You get happiness. I have 5 plays. I like the Steelers -5.5 versus the Bengals. I like the Colts money line versus the Chargers. Like Dan said, I think the Chargers are kind of on like fraud watch. They really did get lucky to beat Miami. They have been in multiple scenarios this year where it's the usual Colt or Chargers driving late, down late. You know, that they're never in a lead and hold on to it. They're always down in the fourth quarter. I think the Colts have a better complete team right now. And they get it done versus Chargers. Falcons money line versus the Niners. Commanders bounce back versus the Cowboys -1.5. At the Cowboys, I think their offense gets a little uptick this week against the Cowboys, especially in Dallas last week or last game. Fumbles, offense looked like shit in the rain. I think they are a little bit better in a dome versus the Cowboys. And then the Giants Broncos. I like this one over 40.5. I haven't taken an over yet, but it's a little too low for me with the Giants being able to score points. I know Denver's defense is good, but I feel like these two quarterbacks are going to sling it around a little bit and move the ball, a couple big plays. 40.5, I could see the game 21-20. So we'll see.
I like it. I like it a lot.
The before you dive into yours, Jimmy, I just wanted to this fun fact. So the Broncos have 30 sacks, 10 more than any other team. If you removed their top sacker, they'd still have more than every other team.
Ouch.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
Is it
especially
Nick
what's his
Benito,
name?
yeah.
Yeah.
especially watching the Lions where there's no pressure, and then there's a team out there with 30 Sakaruskis. That's tough.
And crazy stat too. The Lions are third in the league with 19.
They got wow. 11 more is a lot though.
Yeah.
30 to 19 is. I'd like to see the distribution of our sacks.
Hutch,
Like
I
the
think
games we win, are we getting like, we're maxing out, so it feels like the games when we're not getting them, or they're crunch time or whatever it is. It feels like we don't get sacks in the clutch or against teams while we're not ahead. I don't know the stats on
I
that,
just
but
looked up the sack distribution, and we had 0 against the Packers, but then we had 7 against the Ravens. So we're averaging 3-ish a game, but that 7 against the Ravens really inflated that.
I gotcha. Because that stat is surprising. 19 is still a decent amount.
Yeah, it's third in the league.
Not for the league average, yeah. But it
we
just
have
doesn't feel like
19 in 4 games then? Because I don't know. Did we get one
5
against
games.
Pat?
There was
Did we
3
get one
sacks
against
against
Pat?
Pat.
Oh, I guess I just didn't realize it.
Well,
the strip
one of them
sack,
was the strip sack. That's the only one I remember. But
what they counted. Oh wait, they counted a sack for the slide at the end because he was behind the line of scrimmage. Some shit.
Gotcha.
yeah, probably.
I think I seen someone talking about it on Twitter. I think it fucked him on one of his bets. I always remember seeing people pissed off on Twitter, like with the clip and everything. Like, how did you know? Like, dude, they don't know you, little bro. FanDuel Sportsbook is not replying to your Twitter. You got robbed.
All right, Jimmy, what do you got? What are your plays?
Well, we
Yeah,
went
come on.
3-2 last week. Not the worst week that we've had, not the best week we've had. Looking back at it, we were Broncos -6.5. That's an L. They barely scored 6.5 points, so tough to win by that many.
Yeah,
Seahawks money line, they got the dub. Panthers +3.5, we got the dub. Tampa Bay covering 2.5. They got the dub. And then Lions money line obviously didn't come through. So that hurts a little bit. This week we're dropping it down to 4 plays. Should have kept it at 4 last week. We bet with our heart, not our brain. Rams covered 2.5 against the Jags. Dan and I are on opposite sides here. I really think the Jags, the line is kind of inflated because of what they somehow beat the Chiefs a couple weeks ago. And I don't think it's come down. I don't really trust Trevor Lawrence. They are averaging right around 200 yards passing a game. And if you're not the Rams don't really allow a lot of running. So Trevor Lawrence is going to have to beat you. And I don't really believe that he can. That and what Dan said earlier, Matt Stafford is the leading passer in the league. Doesn't matter who's out there. We saw him put up hella stats when Calvin was hurt or when, Golden Tate was hurt, that kind of stuff. So it doesn't matter who's out there for Matt Stafford. He's going to pick you apart. Eagles -1.5 against the Vikings. Call me crazy. I think the Eagles bounce back. If they damn me a third time, I guess I need to learn. But if the Vikings start J.J. McCarthy and if the Eagles can put any kind of pressure on him, good luck. I don't think that he might be ready to play. Eagles -1.5. They got to get back on track or they're going to slide quite a bit. Seahawks -3.5. Looks like I have to stay up for the 10 o'clock Monday Night Football game next week.
Which
is, bro, there's a 10 p.m. Monday night game?
Yeah, we start at 7 and then they play at 10.
It's another double, dude.
Yep. Double trouble.
Seahawks -3.5 against the Texans. The Texans have not looked good at all this season. The Seahawks seem to win games. Sam Darnold's actually, I think, in the top 3 for passing yards so far this season. So look for him to get it done. If they can run the ball, they can have, a little play action passing going, make the Texans one-dimensional with C.J. Stroud, and you got a chance. Mike McDonald's a good coach. Then the last one, I was debating back and forth. I originally had Buccaneers +5.5 against the Lions. Then I thought, the Bucs are down all these weapons. We tend to be able to score against the Buccaneers. It becomes a shootout. It's who's going to get the ball last, who's going to make the big 4th down play. I trust our offensive weapons more than I trust their offensive weapons, even though their defense is a little better than ours. I think we get it done. It's at home, so I'm not taking that play. I ended up switching. I like what Dan said with the Dolphins. Dolphins +2.5 against Cleveland. Tua's actually looking a little bit better the last couple weeks. The Browns are starting, Gabriel again. They did not look good last week. And God forbid Gabriel gets hurt because then you're really screwed with your backup quarterback either being Zappy or Shedeur. So good luck there. Hopefully they learn and give the ball to Quinshon Judkins, but I don't think it's going to happen. The Finns still are explosive even without Tyreek. Devontae Chain's good. Jalen Waddle's good. They get it
done.
Agreed.
Waller coming back so good for them, bro.
Yep.
Opens up the whole middle of the field.
Most
dog, especially in the red zone where majority of their receivers are shorter. So being able to have one of the tallest guys on the field, be able to hold down that middle, safeties can't creep. You can run those combos on the outside on man and not have that safety get over there or have Waller open in the middle like you've seen a lot. So another weapon, they just need to play defense. They have been letting up a lot of points this year and relying on, I cannot erase the play in my head where it was like 4th and 13 on the 13-yard line and they ran a swing route with H.N. It scored, but the craziest call I've ever fucking seen on a 4th and 14. Like a just swing route to him. Good luck.
Down
Go
37
get the 13 yards yourself. But yeah.
For sure. Just looking at it, the Jaguars average net passing yards per game 207. They give up 250. And then the Rams, they average 269 passing yards a game and only give up 199. So strength on strength, weakness on weakness. We'll see what happens.
Anything else for this week? What you got, Dan?
Yeah, well, I'm going to switch over to NHL if you guys are cool with that.
Yeah, buddy.
So I just want to recap our overs a little bit from October and how we're rolling on those. So October overs, I mentioned it in one of the previous episodes. I'm looking at over 5.5 on each game. So I'm counting all the games over 5.5. So far, 26 and 21. 26 games over 5.5,
Nice.
21 under. Now I would say all of these are minus money. None of these are plus money. So I would say it's not very profitable yet. But we'll have to see how this trend continues through the rest of the month. We're only 3 days in. The fact that there's already 57 games, kind of nuts.
Degenerate's dream.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But from last week, in the plays I gave out, we were 2-1 on the straight plays, 0-1 on the parlay. Hurricanes Devils went over 5.5. Islanders lost. Wild one. We talked about it a little bit, the Wings game. I told you I like the Canadians.
They got the ass whooped. They let up 5 goals so fucking fast, dude.
Yeah.
Scored first and then what?
I turned off notifications from the Wings so fast.
Started off your parlay, your Detroit parlay, good. You didn't even have to think about it the rest of the weekend.
And here we are still talking about it. You will
You're
not
right,
forget
right.
that, Dunny.
Yeah, I won't.
People don't forget. People don't forget.
But I mean, the Red Wings haven't been bad. I think they won the next 2 games.
Yep.
Especially pulling off a win against the Maple Leafs is pretty big. Given that they're one of the better 2 wins actually against the Maple Leafs. Didn't realize that. That's pretty huge. Play the Oilers next on Sunday. Or
Panthers tomorrow.
Yeah, Oilers on Sunday. Got a couple big matchups. Panthers, Lightning, Oilers. Early in the season, still a lot of time to go, but that'll give you a good kind of glimpse of where you're standing, going into end of October, early November.
Yeah, how are the Canes doing?
We haven't lost. Super sick. But 2 games and 2 dubs. What can I say?
Never lost.
It's kind of light.
Can't complain. I mean, we played the Devils. They're basically the only competition that we have in the Metro. They're pretty young, pretty solid team though. They shouldn't really compete with us for first place, but they should definitely make the playoffs. Regardless, the rest of the division's kind of soft. And then we played the Flyers. They're kind of a wild card. I don't really pay much attention to them because they're just kind of there. To be honest, yeah, they're just kind of there. So we beat them. It's all that matters. Fuck them.
Going back to the Red Wings real quick, they tried to start your boy John Gibson, and he gave up 5 goals. So they have gone back to the second oldest goalie in the league with Cam Talbot, and he's got him 2 dubs. So might ride the hot hand.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it goes in the NHL, though. They just kind of throw a goalie in there. I mean, at the end of the day, Gibson needs to be your starter. Going into the season, he's a solid goalie. He's shown it year after year. It's his first season on a new team, though. So
right,
he's played with the Ducks his whole career. So it might take him a little time to adjust, but I think the Wings play style is a little different than the Ducks too. So the goalie's got to get used to that. So give him some time. I think he'll be all right, but yeah, can't win them all.
I mean, if he's the better goalie and we can get dubs with the backup as he, gets more comfortable, that's an okay spot to be at. You know what I mean? That means your backup's playing well and you have your best player getting better, hopefully, as the season goes on.
Yeah,
I got to watch the game yesterday because it's on at work. They started at 2:00 due to the baseball game. I was like, oh hell yeah, let's go. Get to watch some hockey. Lucas Raymond got hurt, unfortunately, didn't come back in the game. That was
tough. Yeah, I think just looking at the schedule, you got three tough games, and then I think hopefully if you guys roll with Talbot, throw Gibson back in when you guys go to the Sabres Islanders. Those 2 teams are pretty soft. At least get his confidence up. Go from there. I think That'd be the move I would think you'd go with, but I'm also not a coach, so I don't know what the fuck they think. But I got a few plays for tomorrow that I was going to give out. So Wednesday night, Wings money line.
Oh yeah, brother.
I think they've been playing well. The Panthers, I don't really like the Panthers. Fuck the Panthers, but so I'm hopefully betting with my
Red
emotions.
Wings out of spite.
Yeah, Red Wings out of spite. Red Wings out of
Okay.
spite.
I respect
And
that shit.
We'll go with that. And then I'm taking 2 overs, over 5.5 for the Blackhawks Blues, and then over 5.5 for the Flames versus Mammoth.
We love it.
Blackhawks are pretty bad, so they got to score goals to win, but they also let up a ton of goals. Flames and Mammoth, they're both just high-scoring teams, so should be 3 easy wins.
3 easy ones. You hear that, fellas?
Yep.
Lock
Free
it
money.
in. Clip it. Dunny, you
love
been betting hockey?
Anytime Dan throws me a bet,
Okay. I
we're
thought so. I
sprinkling.
seen you locking in over there
Yeah,
on that
we
side
are.
monitor.
We're locking in. I was just looking also, there's 1, 2, 3 games with over under 5.5 tomorrow.
We love that.
So
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
what do we
yeah,
got?
yeah.
There's been some solid games today, I think, that have had some overs, over 5.5.
the Canes are playing right now against San Jose.
Let's see. There's 4 games finished, 2 went over, 5.5, 2 under. So still to be told.
Keep plugging away.
Yeah.
More games, more data, baby. Conclusions yet.
It's like March Madness and taking every underdog or
Yeah, you just need that 2 or 3 seed to win, or a couple 4 seeds to win, and you're in the green.
bang.
Yeah, the problem here is there's no everything's minus money. There's no plus money here. So
For sure.
we need to be hitting at like a 60% clip, I think.
To turn some green.
To turn some green.
Go on a heater now. Don't lose faith in it.
No, I'm not losing faith. I want to see how this plays out. So then it's just a lock in every year. You just boom, 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 boom.
Auto bet it.
Yep. Don't let it get out there though. They'll adjust the odds on your ass.
Can't let them know.
Did you guys watch the Tiger game on Friday?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I stayed up the whole time, and I hadn't watched a baseball game. I haven't watched a baseball game in 6 years, other than going to the AAA team that plays down the street to eat 9 dogs and try to have 9 beers. And that was brutal. Why did I stay up to watch that shit?
I tell you what, you could have done the 9 beers, 9 hot dog challenge in that game.
No, you got to keep going. He would have had to do.
You would have had to have 15 and 15, bro.
Fuck
Been
yeah.
knocked
Not
out.
fair.
But yeah, what an ugly game, Tigers get knocked out, and the Blue Jays are not showing up against the Mariners. So the Mariners, their
They're
bats
getting
seem
their
to be
ass
sparred.
waxed. Yeah, Seattle's hot right now. So not good to see, especially as Tigers fans wanting to see them lose. Maybe
Right.
doesn't look too good right now.
But hey, if we're gonna lose to anyone, I guess now we might as
Gotta
well
be
cheer
the
for 'em to win
champs.
it all. Right? Exactly.
Two different mindsets for sure.
Did you guys see that Dodgers play against the Brewers? The double play on the fake grand slam.
Yeah.
It hit his glove, hit the fence,
Yeah.
caught it, threw it home, got the guy out. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, right call by the umps, but crazy.
Yeah, as a Milwaukee fan, I would have 0 hair left. 0.
Yeah.
That would be brutal.
Yikes.
It doesn't. At least you don't have to get into baseball this year, Dan. We were talking about it. We had to win one more game. Didn't happen. We'll think about it next year.
Yeah, I'm kind of done thinking about it. I ain't doing it.
Bug day.
Hey
dude.
now. When May comes along, and well, I guess that's when playoff hockey's taking off. So you'll be
Yeah, nobody cares about the beginning of baseball. I mean, you do
except
that
for the
first game,
3 games.
first
Hit
couple
hard.
games, and you're like, what's the record now? Too many
This
fucking
podcast-
games, dude.
We're gonna turn the podcast into like we're gonna be streaming Roblox or something while baseball's going on mid-season. I got
Subway
nothing to talk
Surfer,
about.
Subway
Those are
Surfer
the
on one
dark
side.
days.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got our own Minecraft server we're building.
Don't give out the good ideas.
Oh boy.
All right, Dan, you good on hockey?
Yeah, I'm good on hockey for today. I'll give you some more plays tomorrow when we hit up NCAA.
All right, you good, Dan?
Yep.
Gucci. All right, fellas. We will we'll talk to you, or you'll listen to us for the college plays. That's gonna do it for us. We appreciate you guys. Peace.
Another one for Tommy boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe